Hey, well, I use internet quite often. It has already become an integral part of my life, and I communicate with my friends, read news, and other things, whatever we can do in the internet. Search for something in Google. Of course, it's easier to send text messages. They don't have to be official, and I communicate with my friends more often. That is why I prefer text messages. Usually I don't use computer, but if I still need it, it's more for studying or playing video games. I think that this is my phone. I use it 11, 13 hours a day, and it helps me in everything, in studying, searching for a job. Um, there are a lot of things that it can handle. I rarely watch TV. We probably have already moved away from those times when people prefer TVs to phones or computers. Like you can find any movie series or TV shows in the internet, and it will be much easier. I decided to talk about internet, one of the greatest technological inventions of the century, and it has shifted people's lives profoundly. Let me start. Well, for the first time, I learned what the internet was probably at the age of 7 or 8 years. Yeah, and my dad works with the computer, so I often approached him and one day asked what he was doing and how it worked. And then I started playing different network games, downloading songs, and at that time there were no smartphones yet, so it was quite enough for me to use downloaded songs by my father. And over time, my passion grew into something more. At the stage of growing up, I realized that the internet can be a way to communicate with other people. I can make phone calls and connect to people all over the world while messaging. And internet may be the source from which I may find out the answer to any question. And also, my dad was supposed to get me into the world of audiobooks, so most of my time I spent listening to them. Unfortunately, now I don't have many opportunities to return to the past, but nevertheless, I would like to continue listening to books. Well, what else can I say? Somehow I would like to create something on my own on the internet, maybe some kind of a website, and it may be also a new discovery in general. The main thing is not overestimate my capabilities. Anyway, to sum up, the internet is the breakthrough invention for people and for me. It breaks barriers between us. I think that no one is immune from an accident. Naturally, it will happen, and there will be much more danger due to the fact that the cars can fall right on the person's head or destroy buildings. It will be even more dangerous. Another question is whether they will be affordable. If not, it will most likely be much less air traffic accidents. So yeah. Anyone can face fraud or loss of money. It's not at all on the internet. It's just there are some platforms on which fraud is welcomed. For example, the cryptocurrency websites. I don't think that it's worth giving up some innovations or convenience because of people who can't keep track of their funds and they don't study the market. It's just not worth doing it. In fact, I don't see any reason for ordinary people to spend their money on space trips, and even more, there is no sense for this to the government. For the governments, It's more profitable for businessmen who want to clean up their achievements with their own hands, and government should pay more attention to the problems of humanity and think about how to develop the country, but not to about exploring the new space. Well, for example, X generation, they may somehow compare phones and the lack of them. But young people, they don't have such an opportunity, and everything is known by comparison. So I think that is they hardly appreciate technologies